Sorry.
All right, yes. So, welcome everyone. Good afternoon as well. Well, thanks for arranging the time. Yeah, it's not easy. Yeah, hybrid face to face. We're between this years. I mean, like the last few years, but yeah, it's still not easy. So today, I want to share some of our research work, and also the commercialization as well. We actually commercialize our research into a product already. Yeah. So we got a startup as well, under my name, Llewellyn Partners, which is a university spin-off as well. First thing, kind of innovation spin-off company as well, under the umbrella of Hong Kong as well. Yeah. So the product is AutoCDE. Okay. We package it, brand as a one-off digital smart asset platform to help our client, not just saving money, but more productive in terms of how they get high quality data in the product life cycle. First slides, the background. I actually working here for around 8 years in the UK, starting my career at Loughborough University back in 2005. Actually working on a very interesting project on information and knowledge management here. How to get the right data to the right people at the right time. Yeah. It's easy to say, but due to the complexity of our project are getting more complex, prolonged life cycle, and getting so many different stakeholders actually interacting during the project stages here. So it actually make things more complex here. In particular, now we've got lots of advanced technology here. The format of the data and all sorts of new technology coming in actually makes it actually more complex compared to it used to be. After Loughborough, I moved to Reading and then Nottingham before I joined Hong Kong. I was the head of department for architecture for Nottingham University, but heads of the China campus. I actually spent a very, very interesting 6 years in China between 2012 and 2016. Also involving many BIM digital twin projects, in China as well. And I kind of brought back all this experience into Hong Kong and commercialize what we learned as well in the whole journey I made in the last 10 years. Research, okay. Our kind of meta BIM research lab, kind of focusing a few things here. Digital twin, CDE, common data environment, which is our core product now. But we focus on the golden glass of information, yeah, how to get that data, how to integrate the process, among the different stakeholders, not just the model itself. We are more interested in the data, objects, and the knowledge model, across, different job stages of the project. And also automation. Our product AutoCDE, Auto is all about automation. So our kind of prime principle is if you want to do AI, you've got to standardize as the first step, and then you digitize and you optimize, okay? Automate, yeah, so 3 steps, yeah. And also value chain, we talk a lot about this, how we actually generate value for our ecosystem before we bring all the BIM data, digital twin data into the city level, okay? So there's a journey we need to take through, yeah, down to the chair, the air conditioning, and all this, yeah. So down to the objects, and then the building level, community and city level, yeah. So there's a progression, there's a journey we got to make, yeah, before we got our digital. It's not just modeling a big piece of model and then you put it in a GIS map and then that's digital twin. It's not like that, You got to communicate to the building, yeah. You got to communicate not just physically but also digitally as well. If we want to talk about a proper digital twinning, yeah. So the talk, well, next 40 minutes, okay, a bit more lessons learned, okay. Just quickly summarize what I did in China as well. I'm sort of sure you're all familiar with the UK, yeah. At the time, I was also helping the Constructing Excellence to set a BIM Level 2 program at the time, yeah. So actually quite familiar with the whole story on BIM Level 2, yeah. And also China, Hong Kong, and then we start to talk about the 4 stuff, the digital build ecosystem, and then how we tackle this area one by one using our research, and then we commercialize it as our product, the AutoCDE as a platform. We'll show you a few more cases and the result of our product on how the client can actually get high quality data through the platform. Okay, lessons learned. Yeah, I think this summarizes the UK experience. Yeah, why we want to digitize. Yeah, without BIM we can still build, right? CAD itself is already a high quality data. CAD itself is already a single source of truth. Yeah. Okay. So people use it for ages already. We built fantastic stuff. Yeah. But what if we turn into digital? Yeah. But not just the model itself, but digital. Yeah. How can we make it better? Yeah. So these assets last longer, perform better. This is why we want to digitize. Yeah. And also we are creating something for our next generation. Yeah. What we're creating is not really for those CEO or these top people to use it. It's for the future decade. Yeah. Why digital? Yeah. And for China and Hong Kong, there's no difference. I think it's China. I think it's a proper engagement on the whole BIM thing. I think it started in 2015, 16. Okay, there are quite a few policy documents talking about the mandate for the use of BIM for a certain amount of government project. Yeah, and then different provinces got their policy setting as well. Like myself, I'm the final assessor for the Zhejiang province BIM standard. Yeah. And also quite a few as well across China. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, different provinces got slightly different way to tackle it, and the central government got one high-level comprehensive one-off standard. You know, really sitting in the high-level one, and then different province government they develop something more contextual into their city. Yeah, try to make things work. Yeah, it's just too big, China. Yeah, and of course, it links to like. MIC or they call like prefabricated. Okay, we call prefabricated, but here for offsite construction. Okay, so BIM actually got a close linkage with the modular construction as well. Why we want to BIM? Why we want to do BIM? And of course, green building, all this ESG carbon neutrality thing, that's the ultimate goal now. Why we want to do digitize? Yeah, so there's no difference. Yeah, our goal is the same. Yeah. So what about Hong Kong? Okay, well, there's another China situation in China this slide. Okay. So we also did a lot of study through the project consultancy research project. Yeah, there. I was quite lucky. We worked with one of the, well, actually not one, it's the biggest real estate developer by the time. Yeah, we worked with one that group at the time to help the organization to digitize the way that they build. Okay, they build lots of shopping malls, residential complex across China. Yeah, but the challenges is they want to build more, but with good quality and with less manpower as well. Yeah, they actually have the mindset changing. Not bombing people into the project. They want to do quality stuff. Okay, but how? It's not easy. Yeah, it's almost a 0-to-1 journey. You know, for them to digitize. You know, the way they work. Yeah. So these are all the challenges. Yeah. So no standard. People seems kind of underestimate the value. They value what BIM or digital approach can actually bring to different stakeholders. And number 3, talent. Not enough of people. Yeah, I think we share common challenges as well. Okay, and also the economic benefit of BIM, all this. Yeah, that come top. Yeah, why it doesn't work or where the challenges or barriers are. So what about Hong Kong? Our team also did the survey. That's the biggest survey in Hong Kong. Try to compare the data between 2020 and 2019. Yeah. We outreach around 7,000 firms in the market. Okay, we've got around 7,000 companies in Hong Kong, architect firms, surveying, structural engineering, all these. Okay, we got around 1,700 response. Okay, we work with CIC, the local construction industry council, for this survey. The improvement is there. Okay, so kind of progressive. People are aware the need, the benefits of the use of digital approach. Yeah. But separately, yeah, because of the discipline, you know, we work inside all this legacy that we have in the past. Yeah, we are slowly moving. Yeah, one thing that actually quite important is still have 70% of people never heard about CDE, Common Data Environment. We talk about collaborative working, right? We talk about information management, right? But how to do it in the digital world? It's not like using like 20, 30 toolkits, yeah, and then we talk about that kind of collaborative working, right? We are obviously focusing on design, structural aspects already. We're all professional here, yeah. But in terms of digital, yeah, we shouldn't spend time to solve the IT problems, okay? So CDE is actually very important, yeah. So when we look at it closer, okay, so this is a breakdown for different like groups, government departments, statutory bodies, contractors, consultant, okay? So the yellowish orange part is the lagger, okay? So it's actually lagging behind, okay, on the development part. Yeah. So the middle part is kind of, they're using it, okay? They're kind of exploring the journey, yeah? So the right-hand side bar is the leader. So if you see the contractor side, still we've got a big gap to fill, yeah. Majority is still kind of testing this, okay, what can we do or what can we get out of it, and then, and why? Because majority is SME as well, small and medium enterprise, okay. So small firms, but they do good stuff, and they're the ones actually build it as well, yeah. We've got a quite complex supply chain as well in Hong Kong. But so how can we actually get them implemented before we talk about digital twin? Let's get the BIM done first, yeah? You are talking about 80% of SME, they're not ready. So government, they all got this like champion or this quality thing, yeah? They're leading again, big player, they're good. They got money, they got resources, yeah? They don't need to scratch their head about those challenges I just mentioned, yeah. They got their company standard, they got people, they are aware they need to do BIM in order to get more project, right? Yeah. But what about SME? Yeah, it's so limited, the resources, yeah. It's so hard to get on the ladder, yeah. So I feel more like kind of summary, yeah. So in the future, well, we just say, well, we want to get on the ladder, join the big player to do this game, yeah. But what about the open approach? We don't have resources to bring in the toolkits, yeah. Software, hardware, people, these are all costly, yeah. We want an open BIM, open CD approach, right? And also investment focus, okay, government now really want to help the SME, yeah, to get on the ladder, yeah, after the report has been out. And also the return on investment, yeah. So what actually people get out of it, yeah? Is it more safe, more productive, more environmental friendly through the digital approach, yeah? How we quantify this, yeah? The best practice, or yeah, the ROI is particularly important. Why we want to do that. Okay, a few more. Okay, so this is around the ratio now in Hong Kong when we want to start kickoff in for a project that you spend 1 manager, 3 coordinator, and 6 engineers. Yeah, so it's kind of a golden figure coming out from the survey as well. If you get on, so this is the basic entry ticket that from the manpower side. Yeah, and also some other as well. Yeah, how you actually measure the maturity. How you tell people, yeah, what they use as what benefits actually bring out in the life cycle. So these are all the key KPI that comes out. If you want to do it, we do it properly, and we want to measure it as well. Yeah, where the benefits, yeah, we want to quantify it. So this is ahead, okay. Thinking ahead, this government initiative, yeah. Now we haven't done the compliance check, certificate approval yet, but by 2024 Q1, yeah, we want to automate the process, yeah. Take BIM as the submission format, and we want to do that automation as well, the automatic checking on the BIM format, yeah. And also achieve the carbon neutrality before 2050, yeah, using digital approach, yeah. Okay, so there's no difference, yeah, compared to China, kind of, yeah. And I'm sure you share commonality as well here in the UK, yeah. So digital builds ecosystem, yeah. It's interesting, yeah. I think last 3 or 5 years, I started to work a lot with props from computer science discipline. We start to see some overlapping. Okay, I mean, the past we are focusing on our area, yeah, developing really blue sky research or something really apply as well to have our industry, yeah. But now we're kind of thinking, well, digitize data, yeah. I think this is the moment that we shake hands, yeah. But when you look at the ecosystem closer, yeah, that's a modified figure from Oxford, yeah. So 4 areas that, I mean, that we talk a lot, yeah, the contact, construction technology, prop tech, clean tech, and the green tech as well, yeah. When you look at it closer, they're actually overlapping, okay? So construction technology, prop tech, okay, the overlapping area would be the smart real estate, yeah, which talk about how we manage the real estate asset. And prop tech, clean tech, when they come together, we are talking about the trading of the asset ownership, okay, in a digital way, yeah, technology way, yeah. So green tech, prop tech, we talk about the shared economy, how we use the asset as well. So they actually start to overlapping, yeah, okay. And right hand side is another prop tech survey from JLL, okay, and you see, so these are still top of the list, big data, cloud computing, AI, IoT, VR, AR, 5G, and BIM still on the list. People kind of obsessed on, well, last 10 years in modeling doesn't get much out of it, in terms of how us more, productive, planning for all this, but still on the list. then it's so important in the whole thing, why we want to digitize our whole industry here. But back to the reality, yeah. So this is kind of a challenges of the current situation of one of the government department. So you got end user, you got the end in my thing. When you push back, you got all the contractors, suppliers, project manager, facility manager, surveyor, and you got different district group. Yeah. So in the middle, so this is a real practical interaction on a daily basis. Yeah. You got so many systems. You still use CAD. You got the drawing office. You got district group handling lots of paperwork. You got network folder. You still use a lot of email, WhatsApp, calling people, and you got so many different size and type of CDE as well across the information management lifecycle. Okay, so it's so complex. Okay, when we think about that, yeah. So BIM doesn't actually tick all the boxes here, yeah, as a tool. Okay, so the pain points are at the end of the day, if you're talking about a 30, 50 years, life cycle management, yeah. People who are actually operating your building, you never know what data they will need in the future, right? In that moment, they will find the record is incomplete, asset data outdated, and also the version problem. Now we're talking about not just BIM, drone laser scanning. We're using all sorts of technology to collect data, right? So formatting, versioning, how can you guarantee people can still open it in 30, 50 years, yeah, with digital format, yeah? This is the pain point that we should solve it now for them. Not just giving the model itself, but help them to solve it. Guarantee your know-how is captured now in 2023. Your rationale, your decision is captured, and people can still reuse your decision in 30, 50 years time to help making a better decision to manage the asset. All right, okay. So when you look at it, well, this is actually the ISO definition, okay, 19650, part 1, yeah. So how they define common data as project, yeah. So it's a resource of information, okay, for any, no matter it's a project or asset, right? To collect, manage, disseminating each information contained. The last sentence, the base is very important, manage process. So at the end of the day, we still talk about information management. We need to manage the data properly, yeah. We need to be confidently give good quality data to your stakeholders, okay? And also here, common data environment or the digital environment is not just a solution, not a package, not a toolkit, yeah? We talk a lot about the workflow, okay? We are actually kind of like revisiting the process, not totally re-engineering everything, yeah, but we revisit the process, just like the theories graph I showed you, yeah? It's quite complex, yeah? If you're bringing different stakeholders, technology, and then the information management process actually crossing, a spider net like this, yeah. But here, okay, how we actually consider all this, yeah. So our research, yeah, the connected digital twin, yeah. So here, well, this serves as our overall methodology, yeah. So right-hand side, we have the physical world. People still build it, yeah. We've got different stakeholders, yeah, try to, yeah, build the project on time, on budget, yeah. So in the middle, the kind of metaverse digital twin, yeah, we talk about the toolkits, yeah, CDE, all the other advanced technology to serve different functions, yeah, and then try to connect it with the physical world, yeah, through the connected digital twin concept. So left-hand side, that's the business need, yeah. Okay, now to 250, we want to achieve net carbon zero, yeah, okay. So how we actually maximize the middle part, the metaverse, the digital twin part, to make sure that will happen in the physical world. Yeah, so we need to do a lot of simulation testing, okay, within the virtual environment before we talk about how to optimize our physical asset to everybody in this group, okay? So here, the circular economy, not just asset management, we talk about carbon management, the lease management, how we maximize the usage of space, in particular now, after pandemic, I think we've got a different perspective on how we use, space. And also take a hybrid approach, like one we're doing today now. We've got some audience from Hong Kong, but they can still listen to the talk, and we also got physical audience as well. Okay, so these serve as our overall kind of methodology, yeah. So when we look at it vertically, okay, so 4 layers, yeah, our solution, yeah. So at the bottom, we use standard, okay, ISO 9650 is the core part. But of course, we got other as well. If we are talking about carbon management, yeah, we have 14064, yeah, we got PAS 2060 and PAS 2080 as well, okay, depending on what business need you're talking about. So the data models, the technology part, yeah, so CDE, yeah, just like our body, yeah, I actually feel the body, right? And then you can have your hands, leg, different system integrating with your body, but it never change your main body. Yeah, that's important to resolve the spider net I just showed you. And then you can talk about your brain, talk about AI, automate the process, make it faster, make it more productive, make it more cost effective, make it more environmental friendly as well. So here the exchange, then you can talk about the golden class of information, okay? Generating good quality data across the life cycle. And of course, the top business, yeah, talking about that. So these 4 areas is actually the overlapping area that I just showed you when I talk about the ecosystem from the modified figure from Oslo. Is it for smart asset? Is it for green buildings? Are you talking about shared economy? Are you talking about carbon neutrality? Okay, so that can be done because this is the business need, but you bring back there, you have no issue on the data exchange, you know what you're collecting now, and you know what you're collecting as well for future user. That's very important. And you hold all the legacy know-how with this platform. Okay? And you go to basis, you already standardize the way you collect data. That's very important. Okay? So that serves as our overall methodology here. So what function we're talking about here? Yeah, the whole thing at the end of the day, well, this figure actually is the same as the one I showed you, and this one actually came from figure 1 of ISO 19650 here. Similar concept, 4 layers here. The function, well, at the end of the day, I'm actually helping the client to buy data. At the end of the day, it's a data procurement exercise. Okay, find high quality data. Why we want to digitize? Not giving them a big model, but giving them good quality data through the platform. Second, assurance as well, because the whole thing has been reviewed, checked, you got a whole audit trial as well, all the know-how has been captured perfectly. Yeah, you're giving good, confident, digital trust to your client. The second function, yeah. So of course, number 3, yeah, client is interested on if we digitize, where is my data? Okay, so the cyber security and all this, yeah, we occasionally got questions from that, in particular from the public client, yeah. We want to guarantee the data whenever we need it, we know where it is. Yeah, that's important as well. So function 4 and 5, okay. So this is a very basic IDF0 diagram, okay. Why I had such a concept is because of the Grand Challenge project when I worked at Loughborough here at the time. Yeah, we actually got a very in-depth look on how the process works in aerospace industry. In comparison to construction, okay, using the IDF0 mapping, yeah. So simple input, output, and then the control and the mechanism for any activity that we trigger in the project life cycle. So if we talk about the digital arena, so the input, well, CAD, BIM, schedule, specification, manual, warranty. So these are the format that we need to absorb through the platform. So the control, okay, so how you actually control that? Well, it could be open format, yeah, IFC, ECF, or any other open format that you would like to, that's the control. File management, model management, issue tracking, navigation, workflow review, yeah, this is, how you make sure no more garbage in, garbage out, okay, that's the control, yeah. And for the output, yeah, expert system, Kobe file, API, yeah, whatever, how you want to call it, yeah, that could be the output, yeah. But this bit is very, very difficult, yeah. So this bit, talk about the mechanism, is collaborating with the spider net. I just showed you, yeah. But bear in mind, collaboration is an activity, not a technology. Okay. So the previous mapping, we actually govern this kind of collaboration. We standardize, we digitize the way we collaborate. Yeah, the collaborative working is properly digitized, through the platform. So we got all this set, so the last 2 essential functions, and then we just carry on, just keep collecting good quality data for different stakeholders, yeah. So AutoCDE, yeah. So here, now our solution is commercialized, and we also got it certified as well last year by PSI, okay, we're the first certified digital twin platform in the market, and we are currently the only one as well in Asia Pacific as well, yeah. So here, as you can see here, well, this is the AutoCDE I just showed you. And underneath, okay, well, we've got the front end, workers, we collect data on inside here. Not just the BIM, drone, laser scanner data, point cloud, but we talk about photos as well. Some drawings, we take on all these, we attach to the golden flash of information flow, through our system. So on top of it, managers sit in the office, they see dashboard, but this is not dashboard that make it up. This is dashboard from real-time data collected from the construction site. And they can easily report good quality data as well back to the CEO, in terms of how you monitor the project, in terms of time, cost, and quality, and it's scalable as well. Now we talk about digital twinning, all this, but who knows what technology will come next in the next 5 or 10 years, How we can actually make sure what we're doing today is actually worth creating a valuable basis for future technology, That's very important. And my language is more about data sustainability as well. Not just good quality, good value, but your data got to be sustainable in the whole, life cycle of the built asset. So this is some of the interface, okay, our platform. So on the left-hand side, not just for new build, for existing building as well, we've got our AI engine in our platform. So for any CAD drawings that you submitted as well, we immediately turn it into a BIM model, okay? Okay, so you don't actually need to do it manually, okay? Architecture structure is 100% accurate, okay? MEP, it really depends, Some of them got a very fancy shape, we may not be able to model exactly the shape, but we 100% can integrate the asset data into that, asset, that object, okay, through the engine, So middle part, we let different stakeholders resolve the spider net issue, just using one interface to talk about collaborative working, okay? When they input their knowledge, they use the same BIM thing, viewer to build the progress of the project. So right-hand side, same data set, and then you can turn into different business need, So put it on the map, and then you can talk about a bigger analysis, When the government is interested in the smart city, So right-hand side here, we real-time monitor the carbon emission of this building. So the middle part is the carbon management matrix we extracted from 2060 and 280, okay, we input the formula and have the client to assess the performance of the building. So that's the one that AI engine I show you. We have been doing a lot of testing, research, POC as well. In China as well, we developed based on the design rules from the China design policy as well. Now we do it in Hong Kong as well. We haven't done the UK one, but the logic is the same. Just like AlphaCode, how you play the chess, how the AI actually model that automatically. So they actually show how we can quickly rebuild the asset as well, or we build a digitized version of the model, very quickly. So that's the algorithm. We've got a paper published. If you are interested, later we can talk further. Analysis, okay, dashboard, okay, not just the AI engine, but simple project management concept, Gantt chart, and all these, I mean, people like something really simple, okay? We've got very good project manager, but at the same time, we are asking them to take care of the digital version of the building. I think this is too much, or separately, you've got a BIM manager looking after the digital version, but he's not the one to build it. It's hard to bring two pieces into one, You've got to be one person to manage to track the project progress, but at the same time, the digital version of the built asset got to come earlier before you build it. Okay, so here we integrate with the program as well, a traditional project management, Gantt chart, P6, all these into our platform. So project manager find it easy to use it, So whenever they want to see the digital situation now on site, they can click into the platform and see how it goes as well. 2D, 3D, okay, as you can see, I mean, now, majority of the very experienced manager, they are still like CAD, okay, more familiar on the CAD end perspective. So we synchronize the 2D, 3D as well. Whenever you change it in your model, in the BIM model, it is synchronized with the 2D as well. So that you don't actually do double working, okay, that's important. Or if they want to do 2D as well, they can easily make changes on 2D, but at the same time automatically synchronize on the big model already. Yeah. So marking mode is, I mean, this is a simple workflow. Yeah, just give comments and then export as a PDF or even send it via WhatsApp as well. But the data source here is always high quality, and this is the root data course as well, being stored in the CDE platform as well. So dashboard, okay, so here give different stakeholders responsibility. Whenever they open, log in, they see what they need to do on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. A simple traffic light system will do, yeah, in particular project manager, and something really need attention from the senior management, and they can actually push it to them, say, well, we need your help on that, yeah. So simple traffic light system will do, yeah. So another one in terms of costing, we are doing a lot of 5D costing as well. We've got a very powerful database now into a platform. So we kind of, well, using kind of the AI way to automatically get the cost from the model. Yeah, because materials, all these, you know, into our platform is actually quite high quality. Yeah. So to us, it's doable now. Yeah, we can talk about AI costing of the building, how much actually costs for the client. In particular, if you're having lots of assets happening at the same time, you need that figure, yeah, to plan your resources. Yeah, a simple one is not a problem, but if you have multiple assets, yeah, that is particularly important. Yeah, and useful. Yeah. So underground. So once we have the golden flash of information, not just the model, we can talk about underground as well. Okay. So we have got lots of projects integrating the underground piping model with the overground build model as well, but into the same platform as well. Yeah. So here is the one I showed you before. Yeah. So how we monitor the carbon emission level as well. Yeah. It's particularly interesting. Yeah. It's real time, and the client actually know how much carbon they're generating on a daily basis. Yeah. And now we are doing next step, how they can actually achieve the carbon neutrality. Okay. But we are studying the matrix, yeah, and the way that actually help the client to actually cut down the carbon in the life cycle. We're doing that part as well, but monitoring, as you can see, we can actually show that real time, telling everybody, you know, how much carbon the asset actually generating from all the activities that happening, you know, in the platform. So that's the other one. Okay, so here live update is the carbon data emission by the past 280. Yeah, we use that standard into the, yeah, here is too small, sorry. So we talk about materials, transport to site, construction works, energy use, water use, wastage, and other associated operation as well. And here show the emission and how we talk about how we set the offset as well in a certain period of time, how we actually minimize the carbon emission in life cycle. Yeah. Right. So some of the research we're doing, okay, this show one of our researchers, the graph neural network base, talk about semantic phrasing, okay. Really looking more in depth on IFC as well, and kind of like Syria, yeah, the iPhone Syria. Okay, next step, we're going to like through the platform, you can speak to the platform. Okay, when you're operating the asset, you speak to the platform what you want. And then because we've got the knowledge base to back it up, and the platform can actually give you advice on the best solution in terms of how you're operating the asset there. So value chain, so it's something to share. Client is interested how much we save the money, all this, yeah. So we are also doing this kind of analysis for our client through the platform. But we are looking more on like, you know, not just the time and cost, but the information quality there, how usable it is, how current it is, you know, how trustable it is. Yeah. Remember I talked about the function on information assurance, yeah, how trustable this data is as well. Yeah. So we're doing this kind of quantification for our client as well. So another one, yeah, not just project level. We've got a client like having around 1,000 assets, okay, across Asia Pacific. Yeah, this is something we're doing as well. Just try to analyze how mature it is, you know, in terms of digitalization across all the assets. So again, not project level, We look at the team as well, how well the team communicate in terms of the whole digitalization process, yeah. And also at the enterprise level, how supported, how much resources you actually put in as well to the whole digitalization journey, yeah. So very interesting stuff, yeah, that we're doing. So our user and client for the platform, well, many government departments and also contractor, consultant as well. So these are all our clients. And here I will show you some of the figures that come out from our study. Okay. Currently, I think it's mostly about time. Okay. That three main step. Okay. We standardize, we digitize, we automate. Yeah. So three step. We help our clients save lots of time. But at the same time, we generate high quality data for them, good quality data, yeah? Not just saving time, but I give you good data that you can use it for a longer period of time, yeah? That means a lot to the client, yeah? Operation, project data as well, we save money, yeah? And operation as well, around 30%. I actually expect a lot, yeah? We just started, you know, I mean, all these carbon neutrality platform I show you, yeah? We just started, yeah? And we keep collecting data on how much money and all these can actually save in the operation stage here. So these are some of the formula we use as well here. So recognition, okay, we're quite glad we are recognized by the local authority. And also we got an Geneva Invention Award in 2021. So this it actually gives us lots of confidence, you know, that we are really good stuff for the industry as well. Yeah. Right. So I'm well on time. Okay. Here, well, I think back to here. To me, for the journey in the last 3 years that I go back Hong Kong, I actually did a lot of training as well. Almost 1,000 professionals in the industry. They actually need that kind of training. Yeah. It's busy time, but it's worthwhile. I think because we are actually telling, you know, what pain points, what story I'm having, you know, from my journey, and then not just, you know, commercializing the solution, but we are actually training them the proper way to look at data, to look at the way that how you collect good data to support your decision-making process. Yeah, I think that helped individual professional a lot. Yeah, through the training. Yeah. And we are also package it in our master program as well. We've got an EMBA program that, you know, tell our next generation, you know, engineers, architects, you know, the way that you build, you manage, you operate, yeah, must be digital, yeah. Okay. Right, that's the end of my presentation, 40 minutes on time. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, it's a lot in the PowerPoint that I don't have time to elaborate, you know, everything, but I'm sure we can pick it up in the Q&A. Yeah, thank you very much.